Why, for the love of all that I cared about forever, what in the world is going on? I want to know. I need you all to help me figure out what in the heck is going on with me. I'm not the same guy. Something happened to me. I'm trying to figure it out. I need you guys to help me today and figure out what happened inside of my brain, inside of my heart. I was sitting there in a restaurant having lunch yesterday, and this really sharp guy walks in, and he nods to me, a friendly nod. He goes to the counter to buy some food, and I'm sitting there eating my lunch, and I'm thinking, man, that guy's sharp. I should prospect him. I should try to recruit this guy. He might know a lot of people here in the area. He looks like he works in this little shopping center. This guy could be a great recruit. What in the world? I couldn't muster it up. I could not. I didn't go up and talk to him. And I walked out of there. I got in my car. I'm like, maybe I should go back. And I didn't go back. As I'm driving back to my house, I'm thinking, I just messed up. That guy could have been the next executive director of my organization. That guy, I could have changed that guy's life. I mean, he could have impacted so many lives. What was wrong? I don't get it. Help me figure out what in the world did I just do, passing up an opportunity to talk to a sharp person like that. Can you guys help me? Give me some ideas. What in the world, what's going on? I'm the kind of guy who always would be looking for my next recruit. I've been a top recruiter my entire 17 years. So what could be going on? Distracted by my food? I don't know. I don't think so. The food was decent, but it wasn't like too focused. Look, here's what I would say. I just don't want it bad enough. Right? Because look, when you really, really, really want it badly, you go out and do it. And I did it. But now that I'm making $1 million a year, and now that I'm living in my dream house, I've got my dream cars, I got a dream wife, my dream son, my dream family, my dream, everything I want. Maybe my mojo, maybe my drive is lacking. I don't doubt that. Even when you get to a place in your business, you guys, or in your life where you've got this habit of prospecting and doing the right thing to build your business, but then you find that your motivation is kind of dying down a little bit. Sometimes I think we need to reevaluate and say, okay, is this all that there is? Have I accomplished all that I wanted to accomplish, or do I want more? So I sat here this morning thinking, why did I do that? What are my goals? Okay, you're making $1 million a year, or a little bit more than that. But you've told people you want to make $1 million a month. So if you want to make $1 million a month, you have to stay on the elevator. You can't get off. What got you to $1 million a year, if you keep doing it over and over, and if you keep teaching it over and over, it will take you to $1 million a month. I know that. I hope you know that. So that little bout yesterday of either being lazy or being content or being unmotivated, I had to take a checkup from the neck up. So I just wanted to come to you guys today as the first of 3 things I want to share with you all in this Periscope that I think we're all going to experience that at every level of the game. You might be brand new and you see a sharp person at a store or a restaurant and you don't take action. It's the motivation. If your life depended on it, somebody said, Brian, if you don't talk to this guy and give him your book or give him a DVD or invite him to check out some information, if you don't do that, I'm going to be waiting by your car with a gun and I'm going to take you out. Trust me, I would have talked to the guy if that was the case, but that wasn't the case. Our life won't end if we don't talk to someone. See what I'm saying, you guys? We have to think about, what really is our motivation. So that's the first thing. Secondly, I think that we need to ask more and listen more. This is one of my 2 tips for everybody today. Ask more and listen more. What I mean is that in network marketing or sales, we tend to have our pitch. We're looking for an opportunity to go out there and just fire hose our information all over everyone. We want to sell, we want to recruit, we want to tell everybody how great our product is, how great our opportunity is. And the problem is that our prospects, they don't know what they don't know. And so you're passionate, you're super focused and fired up about it, but it's not in their wheelhouse. That's not what their brain is not on the same drug that yours is on, right? So you're all fired up, but we can't expect everybody else to be the same way. What we need to do is talk less. Ask questions that will lead them to talk more. See, let them do the talking. They will talk themselves into your opportunity. They'll talk themselves into your product. See, we have to stop selling, start solving, stop recruiting and start solving. What does that mean? It simply means that, if you can have them tell you the problems that they're experiencing in their life, then you can offer them a solution, but you can actually wait for them to tell you the problems, and they can even ask you, hey, what do you think? What should I do about that? And then you offer a solution because they're asking you for it. There's also a difference there. See, sometimes we might let them do the talking and they tell us about their problems, but they're not asking us for our opinion. They might just be venting. Do you ever have people that in your life that give you their opinion all the time and you just never ask for it? And you start to resent them? You're like, who are you? How are you going to fix my life? Who are you to solve my problems? You don't have all the answers. Look at your life. Your life is horrible. You probably have people that maybe look at you like that. So if you can ask questions about, hey, how's life going? How's it going at your job? How's it going with the kids? How's your time schedule? You spending a lot of time with them? You going on field trips? And let them say, oh no, I'm not. I'm having some struggles here. I'm not spending enough time there. Or my job is killing me, or whatever the case is. And then you empathize with them. Empathize with them. Don't talk down to them, but have sympathy and empathy for their situation. And maybe you can share stories, which segues right into my second and my last topic for today, which is using stories. Facts tell, stories sell. You want to use the facts if you want to, if somebody's asking you for a particular fact about your product or about your opportunity. Hey, tell me about your comp plan. You can tell them about the comp plan. Tell me about the ingredients of your product or how your service works. Okay, that's fine. But you always need to weave. You have to be a weaver, right? An artist. You have to weave the stories into the facts. Like, for example, in my company, I sell a service. And so I have a product brochure that has the bullet points of what the services cover. But what I also need to do is I need to share stories with them so they can see how they will use the service in their life. By reading the brochure, they may not realize that they could have used it before or how they will use it in the future. So I will share with them, for example, and by the way, this is a generic Periscope. This is not a legal show Periscope, so just understand I'm just using this as an example, but I sell a legal plan. And so people think, oh, I don't need legal services. And if they read the brochure about legal services, they'll just toss it away in 30 seconds because they've never used legal services. They don't think they'll ever need legal services. So what I basically do is I share with them how I personally have used it. I had a dry cleaner ruin a $48 dress shirt of mine, refused to pay for a new one. I mean, that's a situation that could be a legal situation if I hired an attorney to go deal with it. But of course, I'm not going to hire an attorney for a $48 issue. But because I had this legal plan, I called the law firm. They wrote a letter on their letterhead to the dry cleaner for me, telling them that they should pay me for my shirt. And a week later, I had an apology letter in my mailbox with a check attached for the $48. See, I shared a story about how I used the service so they can relate to how many times in their life they had a situation where they were being taken advantage of and how they will be able to benefit from the service. I had an iPhone with Sprint, and after Hurricane Sandy came through Maryland, my signal got real bad and was dropping calls all day. So I had to switch over to Verizon. When I switched to Verizon, Sprint charged me $283 as an early termination fee of my contract. I felt that was completely unfair. They shouldn't hold me to a contract for services that don't work. They did. So I called my law firm. They wrote a letter on their letterhead to Sprint's legal department of Virginia. And a week later, I got a phone call from someone in their executive office apologizing profusely, saying they got my attorney's letter. They're so sorry how I was treated. Thanked me for being a customer for 16 years. And while I was on the phone, they said, we want to make this right. We're going to put the $283 back on your credit card. And 5 minutes later, I hung up the phone and I had my $283 back on my credit card. See, again, people can relate to stories. Facts go right over their head, okay? In the eye, doesn't even go past their pupil. I mean, the retina, the cornea, I don't even know the layers of your eye, but it doesn't even get to their brain. The facts don't get anywhere. Stories sometimes will register in their brain, but sometimes will register in their heart. And when you start registering stories with people, then they will buy into your product or service. Then they'll buy into your opportunity. If I'm trying to recruit someone, like for example, how would I go back? Let me wrap up with this. How would I go back and properly expose that young man at the restaurant yesterday? He looked like he was probably maybe 25 years old, sharp dressed, looked like he worked in the town center. I probably would have gone up to him and said, hey, you're a sharp dressed guy. What do you do? He probably says, I work over there at that store. Oh, fantastic. How long have you been working there for? I've been there for 2 years. I imagine you're a manager, right? No, I'm just a salesperson. Oh man, you carry yourself like a manager. When you walked in the door, you gave me a polite nod and a smile, and you got a great personality. Are you looking to get into management there? Yeah, that's probably what I'm looking to do. Well, fantastic. Well, I tell you, I've never shopped in your store. Maybe I'll stop in there one day and say hello to you. Because you're definitely management material. Just because because management is not about necessarily knowing all the product in the store. It's all about attitude. It's all about mindset. It's all about your kind of just your aura, and you got it, man. You got the it factor. He probably would have been like, man, thank you. Because people would never get complimented like that. And I say, hey, look, I actually work with a company that's expanding nationwide, and it's expanding right here in this area. And I don't know if you ever keep your options open. I don't know if you plan on working where you're working for the next 20, 30, 40 years. A lot of people don't stay at the same thing for that long. Do you keep your options open? Even for a side project that you might be able to utilize your personality and your skill set and just what you're all about. You could use it to profit. Would you be interested in taking a look at our company? He probably would have said, yeah, sure. I'm always open-minded to things. And I would have gotten his number. I would have put him in my system and shot him out an email or a text message with a link to check out our video and so forth. But I would have got his information by complimenting him. And what I would have said before I left, I would say, hey, look, the reason why I really came over here is because you remind me of a guy in my company that I work with. And as a matter of fact, he was working at a retail store, up in Maryland, just an hour up the road, just like the one you're working at, different store, but the same kind of thing. And when I met him, he was making $40,000 a year. He was actually the manager of that store for about 6 years, and he was working a lot of hours there. And and since I met him, he started working on this business project in our company, and started to retire from that. And now he's making almost $1 million a year. Can you imagine that? He was doing the same thing that you're doing, and he's doing it well, just like I'm sure you're going to be doing it well. And now he's making almost $1 million a year. He's a stay-at-home dad with his 4 kids, and I'm telling you, it's just an awesome story. So anyway, hey, thanks for getting the information. I'll shoot you over some info when I leave out of here. It's great to meet you, man. Your nod and your smile to me earlier today just made my day. So it's good to meet you. That's what I should have said. Now, if I could rewind time, I'd go back and do it, because you know why? I do want to make $1 million a month, not just $1 million a year. And if I'm ever going to do that, I've got to stay on the elevator, still prospecting, still staying in phase 1, doing my income producing activity, because if I don't do it, my team won't do it. Our team is always watching what we're doing, not listening to what we're saying. So hopefully that gave you guys some insight today, and I look forward to coming back with some more blog posts and some more videos that could help you guys in growing your business each and every day. Look, at the end of the day, if you're just getting 1% better a day, if you get 1% growth in your business a day, you're going to make yourself you're going to take yourself all the way to the mountaintop, one step at a time. Have a great day, you guys.